I recently took my two daughters, Helena, who's 19, and Cordelia, who is 22, and Cordelia's fiance, Cole, who's also 22, to the Netherlands for 4 days to visit family. Cole had never been outside the United States, and so my goal for him was to experience the most Dutch things possible while we were there. If you're Dutch or you've been to Holland, what are the most Dutch things possible that you can think of? We stayed with family in Dordrecht, and yeah, my pronunciation's not great. But we're able to see some other cities, Amsterdam, of course, Rotterdam, and Kinderdijk, which is one of my favorites. I invite you to join us for this vlog style video, which is a recap of our trip to the Netherlands. Ready? Let's go. Welcome to the licorice capital of the world. We made it to Schiphol. What are you most excited about, Cordelia?
Oh, I want to see all the churches.
Oh, okay. I want to eat poffertjes. We got on the train at the airport with not a lot of room. I'm straddling my luggage here, and got off at the Amsterdam Central Station, where we were able to check our luggage and explore. The train station building is just so beautiful. We had to take photos in front of it. Dutch thing number one, of course we had to take a boat ride through the canals in Amsterdam. Of course this is a very touristy thing to do, but I love it. I love hearing the storytelling and seeing the canals from the perspective of the water. It's so interesting to see all the houseboats too, the people that live along the canals. It was pretty windy that day, so Cole, hang on to your hat. Check out this clearance. He's barely making it underneath the overpass.
To be honest, the best beers are not from Holland. The best pilsners are from Germany. Still.
Something that is distinctly Dutch to me is the roof lines with their tiered and stair-step gables and the hooks and pulleys on the outside to lift up the furniture. These buildings open directly onto the canal from the back. We just realized we've been on a plane, a train, and a boat today, all on the same day. Time for Dutch thing number two, pancakes.
I feel like you kind of like.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm gonna go like this. This feels.
You're just gonna hold it? I don't think that's how you do it. We got the best pancakes ever, both savory and sweet. Pine nuts and spinach, salmon, chicken, and of course ice cream. Church bells are ringing as we explore the red light district. Of course, I can't show you any photographs of the entertainers because they are very well protected by law, and threats of fines were posted everywhere to prevent you taking photos or videos of them.
Did you guys see the playing cards that?
Nope, this is a family show, Cordelia. We really had a lovely afternoon in Amsterdam, wandering down the streets and taking pictures in front of the bicycles and canals. And then we picked up our luggage at Amsterdam Central and took the train to Dordrecht. My aunt took this photo of us getting out of the train station at Dordrecht. It cracks me up. My cousin completed his guest loft at his farmhouse just for our arrival.
Okay, we thought that was a lot.
Okay, Cordelia.
Don't get an upskirt shot.
Yeah, you might not have to wear a skirt when you're wearing that.
Oh wow. Mom just looked in that.
Dutch thing number three, a visit to the local market where, of course, you can buy beautiful fresh flowers. You can see them making homemade stroopwafels. These are syrup-filled waffles that if you've seen these and bought them from a store shelf, they are delicious. If you have had them freshly made, piping hot from a street vendor, you've had a little bit of a taste of heaven. I don't know how they slice them so evenly every time. Okay, we needed to pick up some bread for lunch and watch the bicycles and all the fun contraptions for carrying the children and the groceries, and walked through the market even though it was raining. Look at these fun wavy beans. Snoebonen, is that what they're called? I just love these Dutch streets. They seem so idyllic. Dutch thing number four is eating fresh herring from the market, raw, holding on to the tail. Onion? Oh, in the middle. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, goodness.
good.
Is it good?
He's like, no.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So here.
Oh, you are really good, Cole.
Go, Cole.
Okay, cool.
What about the ladies?
No,
washing Cole first.
not ladies first. This is not the time to be a gentleman.
I'll try anything once.
Okay.
So just up and down.
Okay. Let's go, Cole.
Oh, good.
I just don't want to waste the whole fish.
Okay. Okay, eat your fish. So we put the onion in it?
Yeah. Wait, are we gonna go at the same time?
Thank you.
I don't know, you said you want to wait. I think you guys
Oh,
will take a bite and then...
Okay. She's gonna take a bite and then I'm gonna take a bite.
I'm so scared.
Okay.
Oh, it's so slimy.
Okay. Oh gosh. Where do I hold it by?
Jij at ze altijd.
Nee dan.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. Okay.
Okay.
It's actually kind of good.
There you go. There you
That's
go.
like my dad.
Ah.
When he could have said, do you like it, Dad?
Yeah.
It's not bad. Whatever you make.
Okay.
Yeah, it's slimier than you think. That's
No, it's a tail. It's a tail.
Oh,
Oh. Oh no no no.
that's like the
I didn't
worst.
hold by the tail. You can do it. You can do it.
The texture is weird on the. It's weirder on the fingers than it is in the mouth.
If you're enjoying this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. It costs you nothing and really means a lot to me. My goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm throwing it out to the universe. After lunch, we had an indoor swing ride. I don't think this is typically Dutch. This is just my cousin's amazing house. And visited the birds that were in the little barn outside. And then it was time to visit the cows. Look, they're all lined up and ready for the dried bread that we're bringing to them. My cousin isn't actually a farmer with a farmhouse, but he does have some acreage and he rents out his land to a nearby dairy farmer for his pregnant cows that need a little more space.
Oh my gosh, I love him.
I don't think it's necessarily Dutch to feed cows, but I do feel like cows as a symbol are really representative of the countryside and the Dutch tradition, especially these black and white ones. And so I'm going to call this whole experience Dutch thing number 5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's licking you!
Here we go. Okay. Okay.
Oh, you're
That one
back.
liked to be
Oh,
touched.
do you want a little more? Here you go. Okay. Hi.
My Aunt Elisa had arranged for us to take a boat ride through the canals of Dordrecht. And it was a little bit colder than our day before in Amsterdam, but it was still amazing to see. Dordrecht sits next to the intersection of 3 rivers and is such an important part of Dutch history as far as transport goes. And this church, the Grote Kerk, is the biggest church in the city, built somewhere between the 1200s and 1400s. And this view right here with the drawbridge in front is the most famous site in the city of Dordrecht. Hang on to your hat, Cole, we're going fast now. In the back, you can see the 3 rivers convergence, and there's the Grote Kerk. Unfortunately, the church was closed after our boat ride, but at least we got to stand outside and take a picture. Dutch thing number 5 is stocking up on Dutch licorice to take home, and Dutch thing number 6 is right around the corner. It's a dry orgel, or little portable organ that plays music in the market.
Alright, so I think this is the double salt black licorice. Never had it before, but in Holland, right?
You know how it works?
How I was expecting.
We walk through the town to get to my favorite food Dutch thing, number 7, which is puffertjes. These are tiny pancakes that are traditionally served with powdered sugar and butter and are just amazing. So how are we doing hitting on the most Dutch things possible? Are we hitting on them? Dutch things 7 and 8 are trying on wooden shoes and visiting the windmills. Okay, so the shoes are more of a touristy thing, but Kinderdijk is one of my favorite places. You can see all the windmills and not just see the windmills, but ride bikes around them. And yes, this is Dutch thing number 9. Bicycles and bicycle riding are such an ingrained part of the Dutch culture and tradition. I can't even imagine going to Holland and not riding a bicycle. Okay, around the windmills, that's a little bit touristy, but still, riding bikes around the windmills, how much more Dutch can you get?
Hi.
This is a segue to talk about the Dutch clouds. Yes, those puffy things in the sky. Apparently, painters during the Impressionist era would want to come to Holland to learn to paint the sky because the clouds were so unlike other areas. And if you look at these backgrounds, they don't look real. They actually look like paintings. These are unaltered photos. Look at these clouds. You really felt like you were just going back in time. You even could go inside of the windmills and see how the gears all work together. It was pretty neat. Okay, this is probably the worst hair day of the trip, but that's okay. Look how much fun we're having. And then we were off to take the boat from Kinderdijk to Rotterdam because it's day 3 and we hadn't been on a boat yet. So 3 days in Holland, 3 days on a boat. Our other cousins who live in Rotterdam met us at the water taxi terminal and walked us through town to the market hall, which is an amazing collection of indoor food booths with apartments overlooking them. And then Dutch thing number 10 is eating a warm stroopwafel from the market. We watched them make them yesterday. I don't know how they slice them so evenly in the middle. It's such a talent. They must have to go to school for that. I don't know how they do it like that every time. And then putting that layer of caramel syrup in the middle and spreading it out. It makes me want one right now. We tried a couple different flavors, but the traditional with syrup is definitely the best. Rotterdam is considered a much more modern city than some of the other Dutch locations, and this was definitely something new. They had taken the canal and made a wave pool out of it, and were actually hosting a surfing competition in the middle of the canal in downtown Rotterdam. Rotterdam is actually the second largest city in the Netherlands, and one of the reasons it is considered so modern is they had to do a lot of rebuilding after World War II. A lot of the buildings were destroyed, the skyline had to be completely reconstructed, and so you do have a much more modern feel here. Speaking of modern, these cube houses in Rotterdam are some iconic images that when people show the city or think of Rotterdam, they think of these cube houses. They were designed in the 1970s by architect Piet Blom and are called, I'm going to butcher this, Cubus Woningen. They were designed to really maximize urban space, and we got the opportunity to tour the inside. I'm not sure I'd want to live here. Look at this view looking down. I don't know that I would love that. There were some available for rent while we were there, so if this is of interest to you, you might want to check it out. We had some rain that afternoon, and then it cleared and the skies were just gorgeous, so got a nice view of the cube houses. And then it was on to another Dutch tradition, which is beer. This one happened to be a rosé beer. I don't think that's as traditional, but Dutch thing number 11 is what you're supposed to have during a football, not soccer match, and it is bitte ballen. And Holland was playing in the Euros that night, so we were getting ready. If you visited the Bean in Chicago, this mirrored masterpiece is going to blow your mind. This is a huge storage facility for art, and it's open to the public with a ticket. And on a day like today, with gorgeous clouds in the sky, it was just breathtaking. My cousin Lisa mentioned from her apartment across the city, sometimes it would disappear into the landscape.
Yeah, I feel like she's cut pizza before.
That looks so good.
Dinner with family and then back to their apartment.
Yeah.
The Dutch national color is orange, so everything's orange.
Orange shampoo. We always have them. My orange shampoo. Carrot. Bread is an orange. All the orange things.
And Dutch thing number 12 is cheering on the Dutch football team. So how are we doing hitting on the most Dutch things possible? I mean, we've got pancakes, we've got boat rides in the canal, we've got bicycles and windmills, we've got raw herring from the market. Oh, and we watched football, of course. What are we missing?
Need extra brood for your babies.
The dairy farmer had dropped off 4 more pregnant cows at my cousin Matthijs's farmland, and so today there were 8 altogether. The new ones were definitely more shy, not knowing us as well, and so my cousin had to approach them instead of them coming up to us like they did yesterday. He's been renting out his land to the farmer for a number of years, and the cows all come with names, and many of them are Picha, and they're numbered. So like Picha 100, for example.
Picha number 800 and Picha number 700. Okay.
We had the best time feeding the cows, and this part got my daughter giggling, and then I started giggling. And just listening to this clip makes me start laughing again.
He's like wagging his tail. That's it, you ate all the bread.
I guess they got used to us because when we were done feeding them, they followed us back to the farmhouse, where everyone was busy preparing a beautiful family celebration in honor of our being there in Holland. And this is my favorite Dutch thing number 13, and it's the feeling of gezellig. While there's no direct translation in English, it can mean cozy or intimate or comfortable or pleasant, and that's definitely what we felt with our family. Thank you so much for staying to the end. Again, I invite you to subscribe. I'm having a lot of fun this year as I'm turning 50. As I approach half a century, I don't want to leave this world not having tried things. And so travel is definitely one of the things that when you are traveling, everything is new. Everything is a try. And I love it. The country that I've been to the most outside of the United States is actually the Netherlands. My family's Dutch, and my grandfather was in the Dutch Merchant Marines, and he stayed in the United States and immigrated after World War II to marry my grandmother. And they stayed very well connected to his family there, and so I got the opportunity to travel there quite a bit growing up, and this was actually my 6th trip to the Netherlands. If you enjoyed this vlog, I encourage you to watch some of my other vlog style videos. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one.